Howdy friends, and welcome to The Average J. Today we are in Logan Township at, I don't know whether it's called High Hill Park or Locke Avenue Park, because there's two different signs here. One says, I'll show both to you, but it's a park. It's on High Hill Road. My grandmother, my mom, Edna LaPalamento, used to live down the street. Yeah, Michelle's pointing the direction that she used to live. Used to live on a farm down on High Hill Road. I remember hunting on that property and walking around it, but we've never been to this part. So we thought it'd be good. It's actually really nice. I'm going to take a quick swing around to give you an idea. I mean, it is big and open. There's baseball fields all over. They have restrooms. They have basketball courts. And when you get around this direction, there's a playground. So it's pretty nice. And soccer fields over back that way. It's a lot of space. It makes me laugh because it was probably a farm at some point. Michelle and I were just talking about like how these farms
are developed now.
Yeah, they just disappear, and now all of a sudden you see houses or parks or something. They're not farms anymore. So
I grew up down that way.
Yes, you did.
Grandmom that way, me that way.
Yes. So come on a walk with us, and I don't know what direction. We're going to figure it out because you can go that way or that way, like the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz. This way is good too, but we're going to start walking. So it took all of about 15 seconds for Michelle and I to disagree on what direction to go. She's like, no, I want to go that way. I'm like, oh, okay. And she, all of a sudden she turned, she went, oh, that's right, today's Father's Day. We should go the way you want to go. Yeah, you think? Funny, they have those nice permanent bathrooms back there, and yet they have spotta pots up here.
Which is nice.
I guess. It just seems odd. I'd rather use the permanent, nice brick restroom than a spotta pot. Yeah, that's true. Well, there's some kind of water underneath of there because you can hear it running. So there's some kind of underground water here, and if you look over there, boy, I bet you that floods if you get a good rain.
Is that a frog?
Yeah. Yeah, frogs make weird noise. Let's see if we can hear it again. Do you hear that?
So funny.
That's the frogs. And here, this little bridge looks so neat. Wood and stone. Oh, there is a little stream down there.
That's where the watery sound you heard up there. Wow, this is so cute. This is the babbling brook.
What would you like to say?
It's adorable.
How about that?
Neat.
I'm going to go on the other side. That's nice. What the heck is that down there? A chair? Speaker? It's something electronic.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an amp for a guitar.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
People are just rude. Just look at this pretty nature. And
It's nice, but I'm expecting like a velociraptor to jump out, you know?
It's very jungly.
As we walk farther to the back, like another low-lying area where water would be, but there's buildings over there, a warehouse of some sort, and more soccer fields and baseball fields. This property is really, really big. I would have never guessed that it went this far back.
Show them over there. They got
Oh, yeah.
room. They got room to
Yeah,
grow.
way open. You could put more fields here. Have no idea what the wall is.
Maybe movie nights.
Well, I guess you could put a movie, but would you put a movie on a blue wall?
Yeah.
On a blue wall?
I don't know. Handball or something? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
What movie are you going to watch on a blue wall? Waterworld with Kevin Costner?
Maybe they put a screen on it. I don't know.
That's
Oh.
just a sign. Proud partners of Kingsway Lacrosse. All right. How do people drive back here? I guess you can get to the road back there, huh?
Yeah.
Around the park, they have a couple of these signs, and it is children's activities. They had like three or four. One was shapes. This one's letters, ABC, and it's to help teach your kids. So there's one back there. There's one back there, and there's another one right there.
Now I'm doing what it tells me. It says, it's a tree. I see a tree. What rhymes with tree? Me.
Oh my gosh. It is a nice playground over here. Another baseball field. Nice playground. Another sign. Pretend to move like an animal. Okay. I'm moving like an animal, a human being. Human beings are animals. And I guess that over there, well, we'll walk over there. It looks like a food stand.
Oh, it's closed then.
Yeah. We are over on the far side by that warehouse that we showed you a little bit ago. Oh, I think I know where this is. That is the end of High Hill Road, which is right near Swedesboro Bagel.
Okay.
And the hardware store is behind there.
2nd Street?
Yeah.
Ah, that's where I grew up, on 2nd Street.
Yeah, so if you were to go up to those railroad tracks and make a left, where Michelle grew up was like 3 blocks down.
Yep.
Oh, how about that?
Wow.
Did you know all this was back here?
No. Well, it was never back here when I grew up.
No, you're right. You're right. This park is not
Yeah.
that old. As old as you. You know, like Methuselah. Well, I'm going to walk down this way before I want to see all the signs. Yeah, so this is called Locke Avenue Park, but over on High Hill Road, it has a different name. Locke Avenue and High Hill Parks. You know what? I guess there's 2. There must be 2 different parks, Michelle.
Yeah. That's, I think maybe this one is Locke Avenue, and that was High Hill, that when we started.
Huh. Well, High Hill, it winds up in a dead end and you got to turn around and come back.
Yeah, that's probably Rosina's.
Probably, yeah.
Rosina's.
I think you're right.
I did dancing school there a lot. I think I mentioned that in the last video.
I think you did. So, looking at the paths, I think so far we've walked about 18 miles. Well, that's what it feels like. So, Locke Avenue Park. But I will show the sign for High Hill Park. They got like little artsy things.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. Like that. Now here's something that's pretty cool. This is a non-smoking park. I mean, even though you're outside, it's kind of neat that they don't allow smoking on there. I wouldn't have said that when I was still smoking, but now that I'm not a smoker,
We're all for it.
we're all for it. I agree with it completely. Yeah, so it looks like when they have events, I guess this is where you would get that hot dog or the candy.
Hot dog, diggity dog.
It's a brand new day. What you waiting for?
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
I guess you can reserve the pavilion because it says pavilion reserved for the 16th at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Oh, and in the morning. And looks like they have restrooms.
That are open.
Are they open?
Yeah, that door's open.
Huh. Okay.
Stinky.
Got some propane. It's a big thing of propane, wouldn't you say?
Mm-hmm.
I just find the placement of the porta potties to be kind of in poor taste here. You know, you got them between these two baseball fields. I understand you want it between the two fields. Do you really have to surround the sign? I'm sure the family of F. Stephen Medic says F. Stephen Medic, Memorial Fields, founder and former president of the Swedesboro Woolwich Little League. How do you think his family feels seeing his sign with porta potties around him? I don't know. I just feel that's in poor taste. What do you think?
Very poor taste.
Very poor.
I had a teacher named Mrs. Medic.
Oh, I wonder if it's any relation.
They're great.
They're great. All right. This is why I'm not Magellan. I told Michelle, I said, hey, let's take a left here. And I guess I didn't look at the map, so the path ends right there. So
Let's
we're
double back now.
double back to
That way.
this way.
It's that frog again.
We are back over towards the bridge, and I thought this would be a good place in the shade. You know, today is Father's Day, and so we thought we would do the dad joke, you know?
Okay.
But it's a joke that I didn't get from my father, but one I got from my mother, because I always like this one. So, hey, Michelle, why do seagulls live by the sea and not by the bay?
I don't know why.
Because otherwise they'd be called bagels. Ba-dum-bum. Here's part of nature. I found a ground beetle. He's a big sucker. Super shiny. There he is next to Michelle's foot so you can see for size. And he's got like a big pincher thingy, it looks like, on the front. I don't want to get him mad. But that's nature at its finest.
Yeah.
I'd rather see a ground beetle than a snake. One of the things that was funny was while we were walking, Michelle says, oh, I could walk all day at this nice slow pace. Because she walks every day. And, well, she actually jogs. And me, you know, I'm in a desk all day. So I just thought it was funny that normally I'm the one that was in a hurry. Michelle was trying to keep up. And now she's like, oh, you're nice slow pace. So it is what it is. By the way, I wore the Bob Ross shirt today. My Bob Ross shirt. Yep. There's no mistakes in life. We're just going to make them happy little clouds or whatever. Happy little trees. So big fan of Bob Ross. But I just had to say about Michelle's comments on my speed. There's the sign as we came in that says High Hill Park. That's why I said I don't know whether it's High Hill Park or Locke Avenue Park. The path goes all the way on this street on High Hill Road, but back there, Michelle can tell the story.
Oh, spent many hours in that big two-story home and that little, was a garage at one point, doing my dancing lessons at Rosina's Performing Arts.
But there's somebody walking on the path now, so,
Yep.
you know, people do walk on this path, but it's a long road to nowhere.
No shade.
Oh, there is no shade. Tranquility Trails.
Yeah.
This is the other part that we didn't get to. But that trail just stops at the road. So I honestly don't know what this is back here. Or is this still a part of that other park? Or is this its own thing? Because it goes nowhere. The only thing I can think of is that there's got to be a trail that goes into the woods.
Yep.
But I am not about to go into the woods in tick season or whatever.
Nope.
But Tranquility Trails at High Hill. Another spot apart. And that's it. I will say the air conditioning feels very nice in the car. Yay. See, there is another entrance to the park over here. That's not the entrance that we went in. But from that park, here's the warehouse that we saw. And I think this used to be Del Monte.
Yes.
Yeah, it used to be Del Monte. Now it says Diversified Industries. But for all my time growing up, it was Del Monte.
Cannon tomatoes.
Yeah. And we're going around the circle. This circle was never here when Michelle was growing up.
Nope.
But
It's here now.
I'm just driving this so I can show just how close Michelle actually grew up to that park.
Elementary school. Shop at this True Value.
This True Value. Yeah, it's a nice old school True Value, you know? Right at the end of this plaza is Swedesboro Bagel. And this used to be a Ford dealership. Back in the day, that used to be a Ford dealership where all those buildings are. So, but back there is the park. You can see it. There's the park back there.
Yep.
And from the park, on this road, is where Michelle grew up. I'm going to show you. We'll count blocks. So I guess we can say it's maybe one block. There's where Michelle went to elementary school.
Well, it was kindergarten and first, but that building is long gone. This is all new. I'm watching
Okay.
it.
And now
Bumps.
speed bumps on like every block.
They're
And
not speed bumps. They're like mountains.
they are like mountains. Holy crap. Holy crap on a cracker.
And every stop sign at every block too. That's different. Never had these before.
So, going along, another mountain right here.
Yep.
Bump. Speed bump my butt.
You always have to stop here and then stop at a stop sign.
Yeah. So you get to stop twice at every block. So nice. So it's 2 stop signs. So it's 2 blocks. And then, well, that was always back there. That stuff.
I'm not sure what that is.
Another bump. And which street did your grandmother live on?
Allen Street.
Okay, so we're not quite to where her grandmother's house was.
Next one.
Allen Street. I see it up there. All right. So, Allen Street right here.
Oh,
Michelle's grandmother,
with the red steps. on
where
it.
the red steps are down there. And then coming up here,
I'm almost embarrassed, but it's really gone downhill. Oh my God, it looks terrible. I stopped driving past here. And
I know, 315 2nd Street. Wow.
but the mailbox, the sign, the number, everything is still the same.
Everything's still the same.
20-some years ago, that my mom and dad sold the house.
Been a long time.
No,
And your brother lived here for a while.
he did in the apartment,
Yeah.
301A, I think. Delta Telephone. Oh.
And then the last, oh, what? Bell
Bell
Telephone?
Telephone. It used to be Bell Telephone right there. Spent a lot of time in those grassy field right there playing football.
And then when Michelle and I got out of active duty military, we were looking for a place and we found a house to rent down here. It was coming up here. And the day we were getting ready to move in, we got the U-Haul truck full. Got down here, it was right here.
Yep.
This house right here.
206.
206. And we had a full truck, and the guy met us here and said, sorry, it failed inspection, did not get our certificate of occupancy. You're out of luck. So we had to find a new place to live in like 3 days.
On the fly.
On the fly. Trying to eat a little healthier this morning. We got a egg white and turkey bacon on a bagel from the Swedesboro Bagel. It is amazing.
I
Really
like
good.
it. Yep.
And the orange juice. Hold up the orange juice.
Oh.
They had fresh squeezed orange juice. I'm telling you, it's like eating an orange. Well, it should. It literally, they squeeze the orange juice right there, but super good breakfast.
The front of the Clipper School. You saw the back of it.
Here's the
Going up
front. Yep.
2nd Street. This is Kings Highway.
Oh,
We're
coming
gonna-
up is King's Highway.
Yeah. We are going to go through the center of town.
Well, but you got to show your video story.
Oh, yeah.
So,
This used to be a video store. I spent a lot of money, a lot of time there. Heritages, rode my bike up here for cigarettes for my mom and snacks. And then there's a library right up here. There's that building on the corner, but the library's next to it. It's where my love of reading started. Love that library.
didn't you just buy used books from there like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yep. Gardening books.
Gardening, yeah.
Of all things.
But the center of town still looks really neat, like the old time town, you know. Although this waiting for this light is not real cool.
No, this is fairly new. I'd say 5 to 10 years it's been here. Well, Swedesboro's been getting so big. It's a very small town.
Very true.
30, 40 years ago.
So there's the library. And on the left, this used to be a bank. It is now an Indian restaurant. Spicy affair.
It's my first bank account. Saved a lot of money in that bank.
And here's Botto's Italian Line. This was a restaurant that Gordon Ramsay came to make it all better. Like
no,
Kitchen Nightmares or something like that.
St. Joseph School. Catholic school. My best friend Leah Stanley used to live there. Episcopal church. That's a pretty church inside.
And that's it. And here we have Rhodey's Poultry and Eggs. I'm coming for you guys. A few more birds. Few more birds. Over here on the right, you see all woods. But in those woods, you'd never be able to tell, is a former Army missile base. The Nike missile base. Right across from the cemetery. But there's the gate right there. Barely noticed it. And it's all fenced. And this was part 1 of the Nike missile complex. Part 2 was farther down the road, like behind those trees back there. So the closer one that I showed was where they had command and control. Part 2 that was back behind the trees, or back there, was where they actually had the magazines and launch pads. Michelle felt compelled to do some 50% off flower shopping at a local greenhouse. So there she goes. And we are done the errands. Michelle got some ice and we got some iced tea for dinner. But all in all, it was a really good walk. We had a great time at the park, ran a lot of errands, had a good little breakfast sandwich. Pretty good Father's Day morning. Couldn't ask for anything better. So
down memory lane.
Yeah, always nice going down memory lane, that's for sure. But thank you very much for watching. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Like and subscribe if you can. Have a great afternoon.